Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein here at the NBC29 Digital Desk, coming to you live with your morning rush. Let's take a look at the top stories over on NBC29.com this morning. At number one, it is snake season in Virginia, so keep an eye out whenever you're outside hiking or even if you're in your backyard. Number two, father charged in connection with a gun incident at a Spotsylvania school. Then at number three, crews called out to a house fire on Burnley Station Road. All right, well, crime was up in Charlottesville last year. That's according to the city's police department's annual report. Forcible rapes increased more than 50%. Aggravated assaults were up 40%. Police Chief Michael Kochis tells NBC29 that the solution starts within the community and from there involves filling open positions within the department. A traffic alert for drivers this morning. Starting today, all through traffic on Jefferson Park Avenue will be rerouted. This while Dominion Energy is upgrading the power poles. The stretch between Maury Avenue and Emmett Street will have limited access until the work is complete. That project is set to take until the end of July. The final day to vote early for the Virginia primaries is on Saturday, and so far the registrar's office in Charlottesville says this is the highest turnout ever seen. So far, 1,600 have cast a ballot. That's only 100 fewer than all of the votes cast in total in the 2021 primaries. Party nominations for State House and Senate are up for grabs. Primary day is set for next Tuesday. Well, hoping to avoid a quick turnover this time around, Charlottesville is down to its final three candidates for city manager. The names of those candidates will not be released because several were against a public process. Mayor Lloyd Snook says a decision will be made by the end of this month and the city manager will be in office by early August. And finally, in the local beat, as the weather warms up, venomous copperhead snakes are out and about. They are one of three kinds of poisonous snakes you will find here in Virginia. Despite the danger, though, the Wildlife Center of Virginia says copperhead snakes are not aggressive toward humans if you leave them alone, that is. If it gets too hot, snakes will look for cooler places like piles of leaves or inside your home. The center says if you are bitten by a copperhead, get medical attention right away.
We had a couple weeks ago on our street, a 6-foot black snake.
Ooh.
It's scary looking, but they're good, they're good to have around.
Yeah, not venomous, right?
Yeah, but I still scream.
It's just the natural reaction.
Yeah, I'm not a snake person, but insects don't bother me, but snakes, I
don't like spiders. There's this giant spider where I live on my staircase. It's been there for a few days now, and I'm just waiting for it to crawl away, but it's still there.
Can it go away? Have you ever pulled down the sheets and about to get in bed, and and then a spider crawls out?
No.
That's happened to me.
I'd be sleeping on the couch at that point.
I didn't sleep in that bed.
The bed, you can have the bed, spider.
Couldn't do it. Okay, moving on. All right, so have you ever heard, you've probably heard of the PFAs. They're those forever chemicals that they never break down. They're in our bodies for years. And of course, there are some states across the country that are banning the use of them. And so until that really happens, there are a few ways where you can kind of avoid these PFAs, these forever chemicals. And one of them is cutting back on fast food. Evidently, those greasy wrappers, the fast food wrappers, are loaded with PFAs. So that includes the paper wrappers, the boxes, and other containers that burgers and fries and even salads are in. So, and of course, PFAs, they've been linked to like high blood pressure, infertility, and even some cancers. So it's kind of interesting. Also, so they're saying skip the microwave popcorn and cake mixes because they're loaded with PFAs. I wouldn't have thought about the cake mix though.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
It's the plastic, the plastic bag
that
they're
in,
and they're saying because they're stored in that plastic for months and months, and so it seeps in. Wouldn't have thought about that. The nonstick cookware, I've heard of that. So you should use stainless steel or cast iron. And then leftovers, use glass instead of the plastic. I've actually made that switch to the glass, especially when I had kids. Yeah. And then drink filtered or bottled water, which is interesting. And then also fish can be have a higher risk of PFAs. So just something to think about as you're a consumer out there.
Yeah, the fast food. It's already not good for you, but then
I know.
you
I
hear about
had
the PFAs.
a double cheeseburger this weekend. I never eat fast food at McDonald's and French fries.
But it's so satisfying,
so
especially if you don't
good.
eat it that often.
Yeah, I was on
That's it.
vacation, so.
Exactly. It doesn't count when you're on vacation, right? There you go.
So anyway, okay. A lot of people waking up this morning to the news. Pat Sajak announces he is retiring from Wheel of Fortune after 41 seasons. So, I mean, I grew up watching Wheel.
Yeah. He's been on there forever.
Yeah, he and Vanna. Like, what's going to happen?
I don't know who they're going to add to replace him.
It's a tough one.
Could be us.
That would be fun.
Put in our applications.
I could be Vanna if she retires.
I'll be Pat.
That would be a sight.
All right.
Anyway, but yeah, a lot of people are heartbroken about that. Okay, this is a cute story out of Michigan. So these golfers were golfing, and this baby squirrel just kind of attached themselves literally to these golfers and hung out with them for 17 holes. And look, it's like their pet.
Yeah. Just sticking around.
Just sticking around, crawling all over them. I think they eventually realized it was a baby and they took it to a wildlife center. But this was but I don't know. You know, I like squirrels. I think they're really cute. But crawling with that right there would freak me out.
I don't know. I think it's cute. I have a friend that used to have a pet squirrel.
Oh, really?
Believe it or not, yeah.
Oh.
Kept it inside their house. But I've never seen a squirrel react that way to a human.
To people and just kind of like didn't
Usually
want to
they
leave.
scurry away, yeah.
So
that is really cute.
evidently they did give it some nuts, so maybe that was
Maybe that's
was the
why it
reason
stuck
why. He's
around.
like,
It
I
was
want some
hey,
more.
Yeah. All right.
so yeah.
All right, well, thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast brought to you by Michael and Son Cooling. We've got a high of 80 degrees today. This is yesterday's 7-day, but you know what? That rain chance on Sunday I hear this morning is now gone, so Father's Day should be looking nice. And let's just finish things this morning with a look at the live camera out there. This is from Charlottesville Albemarle Airport. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. We'll see you again on NBC 29 News at noon, and we're always live on NBC29.com.